And stand by in 3, 2.
We're in the Catamount Arts Freed Family Gallery, and Jody Freed is the executive director of Catamount Arts. Catamount Arts is an amazing organization that does so much for the community. Give me the overview of, you have tentacles everywhere. What's Catamount Arts about?
Yeah, Catamount Arts is about integration into the community. So we are everywhere. We are here in this building, which is built in 1912, Masonic Hall, a historical building, and we've transformed this space into an art center. But we're also out in the street. We're doing Final Fridays where we have people in bands and performers all across the street in the community coming together. We're in storefronts, we're in health clinics, we're everywhere you could think of, and that's the idea. The idea is to light up our community, to transform our community based on arts, culture, and creativity. We bring vibrancy to communities. So here in St. John's area, which is our home, we have been working on this for the past 15 years as really our key objective, to be out there to doing community economic development, building community through arts, culture, and creativity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and you can feel it in this town. Everything from the first night celebration to the music. I happened to be downtown the other night for the Final Friday, and the whole community, they shut down the street, the whole community comes out, and everybody from youngsters to retirees were dancing and singing. And I know that you do that out at Dog Mountain. But tell us about, you mentioned lighting up spaces. You've been doing work at some of the vacant buildings downtown. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it was a really great story. We had a beautification committee, sorry, I just messed it up.
Just keep rolling.
We had a beautification committee here in St. Johnsbury, and there was a group of people that were working within that, and they worked with us here at Catamount, and Catamount ended up taking our team, and we ended up having the team work with businesses to create gallery space all along the main drag, which is Railroad Street.
Yeah.
And that was it became Art on the Street, which is featuring artists in the vacant windows. So it becomes a real community gallery that is taking the entire Railroad Street and making it a space for people to walk around while interacting with businesses, while interacting together, seeing what's available in terms of artistic genius here in our community. So that has evolved, and we've been, to some degree, the success has impacted the program, because as we've done that, there's been more vibrancy and more businesses have come in. So when we started, there were 16 vacant storefronts doing that program, and with the efforts of that entire team in the community, we're now down to having like 2 storefronts. So instead, we've moved to having businesses feature the artists in their businesses. We've worked with making the entire town now, whether there is an open window or it's an operating business, become the gallery itself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and the results have been amazing. Instead of walking downtown and seeing vacant storefronts, this town has come alive.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you go downtown right now and the sidewalks are full, and it's multi-generational, and everybody's going in. The businesses, it's really interesting because so many of the businesses have art in the name of their business.
Right.
And we're very, very proud of that. We're very, very happy to see all of these folks interacting around arts, culture, and creativity. I think that is at the core of what this community is about.
Yeah. So you've got a lot of places where you're displaying art. We've got this gallery.
Yeah.
You have got a film theater here, and you bring world-class films in here, arts-type films. We have world-class musicians that come around. But talk a little bit about another tenet of your philosophy is actually developing artists. And you have recently purchased some space to help do that.
Yeah, so the adjoining property here, these historical buildings, these beautiful architectural octagonal buildings, and so we just completed the purchase there, and the idea is to create a creative campus between this building and the combination with those where we can feature artists, we can bring in entrepreneurs and folks that are working in creative fields and increase that vibe. We also have a beautiful now parking lot garden area where we can put our mobile stage, transform that space into another place to have block parties, to have activities going on that are outside. So as we move forward, the idea is that this space, which is right in the heart of our downtown, and right in between the Fairbanks Museum, the Athenaeum, St. Johnsbury Academy, and our downtown Main Street, walkable to everything, become a creative campus, and over time really, again, project this kind of heart and soul, this heartbeat of the community through arts, culture, and creativity.
Yeah. Well, and you're elevating the heartbeat of the community with all of this as well. It's an amazing creative process. Now, you had mentioned that we're coming up on the 4th of July weekend, and you have crews going out everywhere. Tell me a little bit about your summer, where you were just rattling off, well, we've got a crew going to Littleton, and we've got a crew going over to Dog Mountain, and we've got a crew going. How big is your organization, and how many events do you manage?
Well, we have managed hundreds and hundreds of events over the course of a year. This summer we have 70 concerts taking place all around the region. A lot of them here in St. Johnsbury at Dog Mountain at Final Friday, but we also are going out to other communities and working with them. So we have 2 stages, we have 2 teams here in Northeast Kingdom and in the North Country in New Hampshire, and they're going community to community, creating the same sort of vibe throughout the entire region by allowing communities to feature on their stage what they would like to do, and we work with them to bring this professional, again, the artistic infrastructure to them to be able to do the community and economic development piece of it. So we're going out supporting local communities, whether it's Wednesday on the waterfront, supporting their initiative up on Memphremagog this Wednesday night, tonight. Yeah. We also have a crew that's down in Lake Morey on the golf course, bringing music down to the south of us. And then we're moving to Island Pond the following week, or the following days for the 4th of July celebration. On Friday, we'll also be in Littleton for the Final Friday celebration. So yeah, it's popping all around. The teams are out there 5 days a week, all summer long, lighting up this region with free music to create this vibrancy throughout the region. And it really is beating out of this space here in St. Johnsbury, this room that you're in, this building that you're in, where we have a small team of about 20 folks. We have a bunch of interns from Vermont State University that work with us. But we're a small team, but we have hundreds of volunteers, board members, community members who volunteer their time, put in their energy, and then we have this incredible community of businesses that come together, organizations that come together that all believe in the same mission, that one of the things that absolutely differentiates the Northeast Kingdom is this sense of vibrancy that comes from experiential integration of the arts into everything we do.
Bringing people together and inspiring them.
Bringing them together, inspiring them, and really also all of the things that kind of bring us apart in life melt away when you go to one of those events.
Yes.
It doesn't matter, different age groups, different thoughts, different backgrounds, everybody comes together, you hear the music, you start dancing, you break bread together, you have a drink together, you dance together. That type of spirit is what brings people together, and when you do that in communities, it's incredible how that then starts to come out into the community, and you see this take off and start to happen on its own. One of the things that's happened in St. Johnsbury is a lot of the things that we started with 15 years ago now are being done by private businesses, by other organizations, by individuals who have been inspired by it and have taken that. So we've moved on to the next thing, and we step into a different role as we see the community start to take that role on. So we used to have small bands down in the basement, and we used to put on live music because there was very little live music in town during that time period.
Yeah.
Now you come into town almost every night of the week, somebody has live music playing in one of their establishments. We don't need to do that anymore. It's happening organically because this has actually taken off, and it really is working here in St. Johnsbury. The place is lit up.
Sowing the seeds of kindness.
Oh my goodness, yes. And connection. You know, again, if we can melt away a lot of the things in life and we can come together around the sound of a drum set and a deep bass playing on a stage. Yeah. And you see people all the time who close their eyes, they start dancing in that moment, and everything else melts away, and it's just them and the people around them, and they're experiencing their community, really what is the essence of that community. Who wouldn't want to be here?
True. We are blessed to have you, Jody. Thank you so much for taking the time and explaining a little bit more about everything that you do. There's so much that you do that nobody sees, but everybody feels.
Thank you for having us.
Agent Tremper, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next time on American Dream TV.